You're still live on the Joy News channel on Multi TV. It is time to hear and know what really happened behind the scenes of the stories you watch here on Joy News. Today, I'll be speaking with my colleague Emefa after her interaction with Living Covenant. I believe you remember the pavement spiritualist she consulted just to get the story done. News coming in indicates that the said spiritualist is dead. We'll find out more after the break. My name is Patricia Gasu, and this is Reporters Blog. Welcome back. My colleague Emefa Awenam joins me in studio. Are you sad?
I feel like crying.
Oh, Director, I think I'll need some tissue here so that I can give it to wipe her tears.
Oh, actually,
from your reports, you were, should I say,
saddened?
You looked, I don't know what word to describe this, what word to use to describe the scene. But you were very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like someone very close to you is dead. And you have to give the reports. And did you know it already, or did it? Because you were in black.
Yeah, and it was just
a coincidence.
Yes. I was just dressed to work. That was just my dressing for the day. And around 12, midday, after 12, I had a call that. Do you remember the story you did about the madman somewhere in Nimara? About I said yes. What happened? He said he's dead. Have you heard? I said really?
Who called
dead?
You?
There's just a gentleman who says he lives around.
And he has your number?
Yeah, I don't know how he got the number, but you know, we are in the media, so probably he called at the front desk and they linked him to me. So I spoke with him and he was like, yes, he's dead. I said, how do you know? And he told me he can't tell more. If I'm interested, I should rather run to the scene to check for myself. Honestly, I started shivering because I don't know. I developed this fondness for the madman after my first interaction with him. You know, I was thrilled by the fact that looking at the way he appears as like mentally challenged individual, but if you converse with him, you realize that he rather sounds quite intelligent. Yeah, he responds accurately to all your questions. He never gets any of them wrong, as if, no, this one I didn't get it well. So after that moment with him, I felt like I think this guy has more than what we see him on the street.
After the very first consultation, have you been there again?
No, I haven't been there. I was rather supposed to do
a follow-up.
Yes, you know, he gave me an address to locate his mother. And that was what I was working on, because we needed to establish the family, the relationship with the family, and why, if they knew he was there, why were they looking on whilst he applied his trade on the pavement. So I was supposed to be following up on that angle. And there was this day I actually went with as a young guy in the area who said he knows the place he was directing me to. So I actually took the guy in our office vehicle to help me locate the place. We went round and round. We couldn't locate the exact place, but I was there. I was still in the process of locating the place when another call came from the office that we had to rather follow a story which was happening then. So I left it.
Okay.
I left it, and I was supposed to go back and continue. I couldn't do that very day until I heard a call that he had passed.
Okay.
Then
MF actually received that call, but I want us to watch the story. Let's watch this report.
On October 21st this year, when I interviewed him, Living Covenant challenged assertions he was insane. Somebody passing by would think that you are mentally challenged. You don't look. Are you mad, if I should ask?
I'm not mad. You know who people that normally concluded that way? People that knew that I came to this country to arrest, expose them.
He, however, was unresponsive today. Living Covenant has gained popularity on this pavement because he's been offering spiritual guidance to a number of people who come to consult him on so many issues. This afternoon, Joy News had the information that Living Covenant had passed. So I quickly got here to check if the information was really true. I've been here for the past 10 minutes and I've been trying to call him. He seemed to be sleeping and he's not responding. I'm trying again if you respond to my call. Living Covenant. Living Covenant. This is MFA from Joy News. Living Covenant. Well, as you can see, he's still not responding to my call. I can't really tell whether he's really dead, but the best I can do at the moment is to report to the police who are just nearby the Nima police station.
The police, after pronouncing him dead, called in an ambulance to convey his body to the morgue. Members of the community explained they had observed on Wednesday morning Living Covenant interacting with some clients until late morning when he stopped responding to cheers from his fans who went by his place.
You see him, the way he speaks, the way he relates with the people, but of late, before he passed on, you could see that he doesn't talk the way he talks. Sometimes when he knows somebody, and then you are passing by to either the police station or to Accra, he tries calling you. Are you getting me? So, but before he passed on, you could see that the strength is no more there. So you couldn't do what he was doing in the past.
And how long has this been?
Oh, for the past 2 weeks. I've been told by one of our largest in the area, who normally writes for one of the newspapers, that he came to interview him 3 weeks ago. But 3-4 days ago, when he was passing, you could see that the man was not in good condition.
There is no word yet as to the cause of death. The only known survivor of Living Covenant is a medium-sized cat dressed quite like him. MFA Ewenam Atiamwa Eli for Joy News.
But how long has he been lying there? Did the guy tell you, or the people?
Well, when I had the information, within 30 minutes, I had organized a team to the scene.
The consultant is dead.
Yeah, so I got there and I saw him lying on the pavement, still as if faced up. So I got close and I started calling him out because he gave me his name as Living Covenant. So I went there calling him Living Covenant, Living Covenant. He was not responding. Then I started shivering. I started shivering, like, so the information is really true, but nobody at that particular moment could confirm what was happening. In fact, I saw people passing by rather asking me what was happening to him. Is he okay? Is he fine? I said, that's why I'm here to check. And another person also told me, well, they suspect he's dead because he's been lying there in that state for quite a while now. Then fortunately, I met a gentleman I had met earlier when I first visited Living Covenant, and he was around then. Then I spoke to him, what's happening, and he said, yeah, they think he's passed and he's been in that state for almost more than 2 hours.
Did you? Because in the report, you didn't get closer to touch him, like to shake him.
No. Like I told you, when I got there, I know the first time I got there, the moment I met, like I introduced myself, he responded. He was ready to chat with me. He was ready to chat with me. But this time around, I called him out like thrice. He didn't respond. So I was not sure if he was still alive or dead.
You didn't check his pulse?
No. I wasn't that daring to touch. I mean, the thought that
you were daring to get closer to him on the very first day.
Yes, because he was alive.
You sat close. You sat close to him just to get the story.
Yes, because he came across as a very affable person. He was very, very welcoming. and warm when I first approached him. But this is another instance where I was not feeling that warmth. I wasn't hearing anything, you know. So I was I was getting scared, and the thought of feeling that if I touch him, then I would have touched a corpse, meaning that he was dead. I didn't want to do that. So the best way I could find out was probably get the police to do that for me. So I quickly ran to the Nima police station that this is what I am hearing. I've been to the scene and I've seen the guy. So is there any way we could check? And said, okay, they've also heard something like that, but they are yet to go to the scene. So since I'm here, I should just join them so that we go together. So I waited for them. They organized ambulance just in case the story is true, and then we got there. Then the investigator went ahead, touched, felt his pulse, raised the arm and dropped. He was not responding.
Standing and watching the scene, how was it?
It was sad, so sad. He said I shouldn't cry. I'm trying hard not to cry, but honestly, I was so touched. I was so touched, and the stench was just unbearable. And because of our presence there and the police now, the crowd was gathering. People were getting the information that really Living Covenant had passed. So everybody wanted to know what's actually happened. So some got close. They wanted to ask me what happened. I said I don't know either. The police would be the best to give us any information. So they had to cut pieces and pieces of those tattered clothes he used as a stent to wrap the body and then move him from the pavement into the ambulance.
So what of his cuts? Are you now yes. Are you going to take care of the cuts for him?
Come on, what are you saying, Patricia?
Emefa, let's face reality. You like this man.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I should take care of whatever he's left behind. Well, anybody could go for it, or it will find its way. I befriended his master, not him.
The cat doesn't have a home now. So at least,
well, I don't know.
Maybe just take off.
Don't forget, you and I also are aware of the fact that Living Covenant is not just anybody. He is more or less a spiritualist. Okay. You understand? So I don't know the relationship between him and his cats. So you want me to take his cats home
to protect you?
Excuse me. So then, yeah. I felt so sad. It was so. And to think that at that moment there was no family person we could get in touch
the fact
with.
That you couldn't locate the mother.
Yes, and I spoke with one other guy who said he actually made some efforts to get the social welfare people to come for him, but that didn't end in anything good. So they just left him there. And even that morning, one other guy told me that he had seen two women who came to him earlier for consultation, you know, and only to realize later that he was lying there thinking that he was just resting.
Yeah.
Because he had nothing doing then. And then he was never waking up. And according to them, often when you are passing by and he knows you, he will call you by your pet's name, or that's something he knows about you. But
when you got there, the investigator came to check his pulse, raised his hand, and then fell. Did they check to see if there was money or maybe any property, you know?
A property? That was really...
Looking at the tent, it looks very loaded. His tent looks very loaded.
Even that moment, in fact, most of the items, or if I would say his property, had been cleared, because the place can be very messy and smelly, you understand. So that morning I was told two gentlemen came earlier to clean the place
before you got there.
Before I got there.
Wow.
Some people were there to clean the place for him before I got there. So, and truly when I got there, the place looked cleaner than
before
I saw the 3 weeks when I was there, earlier when I was there. So And I spoke to the Nima Divisional Police Commander, so she also told me there was a time, was it last week, Monday, she also visited the place and it was garbage. And she had to organize the rubbish collectors, these Zoom Lion guys.
Yeah.
Yes, to help clean around.
If you knew he was going to leave in 3 weeks' time after your first interaction.
No, that's even what I knew, but it's part of you and I.
Encounter with Living Covenant.
Responsibility, yeah. So
I have a first encounter with Living Covenant. All right.
Yeah.
It was nice having you report this
on
blog
a sad note.
Oh, so sorry.
Yeah. You know, after the story, some people were calling for direction to go see him.
Hey, I'm a first PA now for Living Covenant.
I'm like, really? Well, then I think you would have to go back to listen to the story and watch the story because I had all of those details.
So now you can't go and consult him again because the pavement spiritualist has now joined the spirit.
Yeah.
So he's now a spirit. Oh, I guess he'll be coming to visit you. Anyway, thanks for your time on Reporters
Thank
Blog.
you too.
And that was my colleague Emmefa Awenam Atiamwa Eli on Reporters Blog. We'll be right back with more. Please stay. Welcome back. Now, my colleague Latif Idris joins me in studio. Welcome to Reporters Blog.
Thank you, Patricia.
It's been a long time, or it's been a while since I had you on Reporters Blog.
Yeah, you know, been busy.
So we're going to combine all in one. We're going to combine Job Home with
Kwamachi. Yeah.
I just say Kwamachi.
Kwamachi, whatever you want to put it.
Okay.
All right, so hit me with the questions and let's go.
I'll just hit you like this. Okay, then let's start with this. Let's start with Kwamachi. Let's talk about what actually happened on your way
to the scene.
Kwamachi.
All right.
If I got it right.
Kwamachi.
Yeah. And then when you got there, the residents, you interacted with the residents, and when it started raining, why didn't you stand maybe under a shed to do the stand up? And you had to stand the rain.
Exactly. You know, it's interesting. We were going to tell the story so people will feel, the impact. And like I said, it rained on that day. Now, I did the stand-up in the rain because if you realize, there is this 40-foot container.
Yes, just behind you.
Behind me that is exposed to, at the mercy of the weather. So whether rain or shine, now this furniture is supposed to be used to furnish the 3-unit classroom block. Actually, that's what touched me. Reason why I said, no, let's do the story. Now, when we got to the town and for some reasons, there was a problem between myself and my camera technician. And so he dropped along the line. He said he was not going any longer. So I was surprised. He just got off from the car, said we should go ahead. He's not going to take part in this whole story. But I got to the scene and realized, no, this story we cannot let go. So we had to go back to the main Somanya township. He dropped in Somanya. Now the story is somewhere in the Kuapim North district. He dropped in Somanya because there was
you guys had a little misunderstanding.
Yeah, in the car. And so we got back to Somanya, combed the whole area because he left his phone in the car. Now, how are we going to reach him? We had to go back to the town, move round. We finally saw him standing by the roadside, minding his own business.
It's just the nature of the job. It comes with the job.
Seriously. So we brought him in and he finally agreed and joined us. Then we moved straight to the scene. This guy who gave me the info also stayed in Akosombo. So we had to drive all the way to Akosombo to pick him up, bring him to the scene because he knew the people. We didn't know them.
Akosombo to Somanya?
Yeah, Akosombo to Somanya, from Somanya to Kwamache, which is in the Ikuapem North District. So we got there and we saw that the situation is very, very bad. And so we had our interaction with the residents who were also, I mean, happy that we've come to bring their situation to light. Now, we spoke to some of the children who travel like 4 miles to, I mean, get education in the next, I mean, community, which is Somanya, and then New Somanya, who told me that, in fact, some of them have actually stopped schooling because they are unable to continue with the, I mean, distance they have to cover day in, day out.
That's the only school in the community, I guess.
That's the only school in the community. And it was a school on the tree, and now they've managed to secure this facility and it's not been commissioned for them to use. So, you know, the situation was very bad. So I did a stand-up.
It's not being commissioned. Why wouldn't they just maybe speak to their head?
Exactly.
Open and then just get inside?
That's what the unit committee chairman of the area told me, that they've given, I think 3 weeks is in this week, that if the DCE doesn't come open up for them to start using it, they would force open the school and then put. But the question is, if you force open the school, where are you going to get your teachers to, I mean, start running the school?
Interesting.
Yeah, so they need the chief executive to commission it for them to use.
So let's talk about your rain experience.
Yeah, the rain experience, it was great. It was great because I was looking for something to tell the story as it is.
It didn't cross your mind that the mic could be affected?
Risk we need to take, so you know we had to take it. Yeah, and my camera technician didn't complain that it's going to affect the mic, so he has the expertise. I do not have expertise in camera works, so he gave me the green light. So it was something I was praying for, that let's get the condition, so when we're telling the story, people would understand. Because this furniture has been in this container for over 4 years, and some have gone rotten. The members of the community are also using some as firewood and all of that. So to tell the public that the rain falls on this, you know, furniture, the sun scorches on it, at least you needed one of these to happen, so you can tell the story well.
Okay, now let's go to Japan.
What about Japan?
The angry workers.
Yeah. Japan, you know, the roller coaster in Japan is a bit, I find it interesting because this is not the first time and this isn't the second time. I remember last year I went there with Ankuma, who is, I mean, behind the cameras now, when the ECG took power from the factory because they were owing the utility company. We went there, we brought the story to light, and the MP for the area, Okujeto Ablakwa, went there to restore power and all of that. Now the situation has come up again. A bit different though. Now they are not being paid. They've worked for 9 months without salary, and they've not locked up the factory. I hope you're aware of that.
Yeah, I know about that.
Yeah, so this time around we had a call. You know, when I went there the last time, I built some contacts in the area. So when this thing happened, they called me that, okay, this is the situation. We don't know if you are interested to come and tell the story again. So we went there, and the workers this time around, they want to take, I mean, drastic action, because now they've locked the place up and they are burning tires in front of the factory.
Tell me about,
almost.
You got there, the angry workers approached you. Tell me about that scene when they saw you with a camera.
Yeah, all right. So they saw us and they were excited. Like the angel has finally, I mean, shown up. Yeah. So as soon as
who is that angel?
I don't know.
No, you just said it.
Yeah, because
they were excited because they've seen an angel. And who is that angel?
Myself.
Angel Latif.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm interested. Go ahead.
You know, when they saw the Joy News vehicle, they were, you know, not that enthused. But when
Angel Joy News.
When I stepped out, then they started shouting.
Latif, Latif,
no,
Latif.
They didn't shout my name. They were making a lot of noise, and then all of them started coming towards the vehicle, and then my cameraman also, you know, he saw that here and then got in the pickup and started filming. Now we got back and somebody was telling me I went to incite the people to make noise and all of that. I said, why saying that?
They want their voices to be heard.
So,
and that is a channel.
Exactly. So they were excited that I had come to bring their story to light, and they were very happy. Now they see me as a brother. Yesterday,
from an angel to a brother.
Yeah, yesterday, I mean, some of them were telling me that, okay, let's pray that your work pays off, and we are appreciative of what you are doing and all of that. You know, they make my head grow big, small.
Yeah, I think I've seen some changes.
Sure
it wasn't this big, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe the funds I'm getting from them, you know, it's making my head big.
We just pray the report gets resolved.
Yeah,
that's the most important thing.
You know, the last time I checked, management and the board were meeting the sector minister at the ministry, and so we hope that something good comes out of that for them to also get. You know, the situation is affecting lives in the area.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. Now, parents cannot pay fees of their children who are supposed to go into senior secondary school, and businesses are collapsing. I spoke to one woman in the area, and it's funny what she told me. She operates a chop bar. Now, these workers, because they are not being paid, they go to her, buy on credit, go to her, buy on credit. Now they've collapsed the business. So the collapse of Japan Textiles or Volta Star Textiles has collapsed some other small businesses around. Those who are dealing in pillow business, all of that. So, yeah, the situation. And it was very hectic. It was hectic. We had to move from Japan to Nudu, to Abuasan, to Atimpoku. You know, these are the catchment areas. All workers from Volta Star Textiles come from these areas. So to tell the story, well, we have to go to these communities to get them tell us the situation. And when we did the story, I mean, we've had lots of people commending the fact that we highlighted the story from different, communities and all of that, not one-sided, but we were able to. And it was hectic going around. We didn't eat from morning till we got back to the office around 9 p.m. We left here around 6:30 thereabouts. You can imagine. It was hectic. It was hectic.
And that's it for Reporters Blog. My name is Patricia Gasu. Stay blessed.